Hallo ihr Lieben und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge auf meinem Channel rund um ungewöhnliche, unterhaltsame und spektakuläre Fahrzeuge. Diese Folge ist gleich in zweierlei Hinsicht cool. Zum einen kann ich euch zeigen einen McLaren 675LT Spider. Eines von 500 gebauten Fahrzeugen weltweit. Allein das lohnt sich natürlich schon mal. Aber das Auto gehört natürlich jemandem, leider nicht mir, sondern einem der wohl bekanntesten YouTuber der Neuzeit, und zwar Shmee150 alias Tim. Tim wird uns sein Auto zeigen, in allen Details erklären und danach werde ich mit ihm eine kleine Ausfahrt unternehmen und während dieser beantwortet er noch ein paar Fragen aus seiner Vergangenheit, aus der Geschichte, aus seiner Entwicklung, will ich mal sagen, im Internet. Also in diesem Sinne, schaut euch das Video an, ich hoffe es gefällt euch, viel Spaß und bis gleich.
Let's talk 675LT then. Well, 675LT Spider. It's the track version. LT stands for long tail, so that's named after the McLaren F1 GTR long tail. It's a little bit longer, but it's more about what the focus of the car is. 675 PS, 700 Newton meters of torque. That means you get 0 to 200 kilometers an hour in 7.9 seconds, which is utterly ridiculous with the roof off. It's quick. Let's just say it's really, really quick.
And it's quicker than you're allowed to drive in UK, right?
Anywhere.
Anywhere, despite of Germany.
This car's done over 300 on the Autobahn, it's fine.
How was it?
Wicked. With the roof down, awesome. Truly awesome.
You still have your hair, that's a good sign.
Yeah, a little bit. Not done too much driving. But they released the coupe, 500 coupes, and then they made 500 Spiders. So this car's only a couple of months old. It's done about 8,000 kilometers in 2.5 months.
Wow, so that's really impressive.
It's been around. It's been to Montenegro, to Bosnia, to Croatia, to Spain, and everything between. Everywhere I can go. Because it's so usable. For a car that's this powerful, it's also a car that you can just drive. It's comfortable. The seats are good. But then you look at it, doesn't it look like such a serious supercar? You've got all the things, you know, all the sort of traits you expect. The aero with the splitter, the end plates. So rather than going with canards, they put end plates on here. You've got massive side vents down the side as well. All the sort of air cooling that comes through.
You say it looks like a supercar. I would say it is a supercar.
It's a proper supercar. Then you've got this massive rear wing, which when you put your foot and stamp on the brake, this whole thing comes up in the air, blocks your visibility completely, but you just feel the car sort of sit down and pull you down to the ground and come to a stop insanely quickly.
I believe.
You've got things like the titanium exhaust system. It's 5 kilos, and because it has ignition cut, when you shift gear, fuel doesn't stop, which does mean it gets a little bit dirty. But it also means that you have those little ignitions of fuel burning from the heat of the exhaust system. So literally, unburnt fuel comes through, ignites, cue a massive crack. You get this huge upshift or downshift explosion going on behind you. So everything about it is just set up to be ridiculously fast, and in my mind, without a roof, it's even better.
It definitely is. As I remember correctly, if I could remember correctly, you had a coupe version of this one, right?
Yep. So the coupe for 9 months before they released the Spider.
Okay, so you're a convertible driver.
I do like them.
You do like?
It's
okay to pose in this kind of car.
I'm joking anyway, but come here. This is one of the things that, you know, is so special, especially with McLaren. The carbon fiber tub. You're sat inside this tub, which quite literally means you barely lose any rigidity in the Spider. You drive this car and you or I could not tell that there's no roof. You know, it's sort of, you're talking 3% loss or something, whereas in a traditional car you'd be looking at 60% loss of rigidity. A much larger number. So you don't lose anything more than the small amount of kilos weight gain for the roof, which is about 40 kilos in here. But at the end of the day, this is still, I think it's 1,280 kilos.
Okay.
Which, when you consider it's 675 PS,
that's enough.
Yeah,
I would say.
That's
a good relation between weight and power.
Yeah, not bad.
So the car was built to your spec, right?
Yep, completely to my spec. So actually, first time for me, I custom created the color. So in this kind of low yellow sunlight, it probably looks a little bit strange, but the purple colour we made at MSO, McLaren Special Operations. I chose the purple, and then when you catch it on a really bright sunny day, the sparkle, the metallic flake, is actually in light blue, the colour of my coupe before, cerulean blue. So I named the colour because I created it. It's called Orion Purple, and I wanted to make the car look really elegant. So
it looks really elegant.
I don't like the way everybody goes for stealth wheels these days on supercars, so I wanted it to have the silver wheels tying in with the grey in the interior, something a bit different from where everybody's going with their supercars now. And when you drive it at night, it just looks like absolutely gorgeous.
I totally agree. I totally believe it looks really nice. And the mix of the elegant color and all the carbon fiber parts you can see is perfect in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a carbon addict. If they add a carbon option to the list, I find it very hard to say no. You've got everything, you know, the splitter, those plates, the side skirts, the door mirrors.
So they are optional in carbon fiber?
Yes. I mean, one of the sort of potentially craziest optional carbon fiber extras is these door panels here. When you're sat inside the car, you have the door card in carbon, and also the part on the shelf behind the seats as well. That whole sort of rear shelf in front of the window.
Would it be in simple black, or how would it be?
Yeah, I think it would be black plastic by standard.
Black plastic. Okay, that's not nice on a supercar.
Well, I mean, some nice touches I added to my car. So I asked MSO to paint the toggles here in the same color as the exterior. So those are the toggles that you control the driving dynamics. They call it the active dynamics panel in here, where you'd enable it. This one is handling, H for handling, so you've got normal, sport and track modes for the suspension setup, the steering feel. Then you've got the powertrain, so the gearbox configuration, and the type of ignition cut setting you have enabled. Then you have your aero mode to put the wing up, manual of course for the pedals, that kind of stuff down there too. But
despite of that, it's really a clean look of the interior. I like that. If there are too many buttons and things like that, it's
for sure. And they're really separated by purpose. You know, your nav system controls are limited to this. Even your air conditioning is through there. Very simple. That's everything to do with the driving dynamics, and then that's just all your sort of drive, neutral, reverse, lock, that kind of stuff.
I see.
So everything's, I guess, easy. There's no other stuff. They've developed a little bit as they built the 12C, then the 650S, then the 675LT, and I guess learnt the way people wanted and the ways to do these things.
I believe. So, is there a chance to take it for a ride?
I would think that's possible. I think we can do that.
I think we have to, because everyone loves to hear the car and loves the sound of the car.
And I think you might like to go in it as well, maybe.
Yeah, if that's okay, I would join you in your car.
Let's jump in.
Okay.
Shall I jump and start it?
Yes, please do so.
Let's just fire it up. Head round the back. Come on, you got to hear it.
Jetzt habe ich also die Gelegenheit, mit dem legendären Shmee150 alias Tim eine Runde zu fahren in seinem 675LT. Zwei sehr coole Sachen auf jeden Fall, denn Tim zu treffen ist auf jeden Fall schon mal eine sehr, sehr tolle Sache, aber das Auto natürlich auch. Und mit dem 675LT fahren wir jetzt ein bisschen rum. Ich werde Tim ein paar Fragen stellen, die euch sicherlich interessieren dürften, und natürlich gibt es dann auch hier und da noch ein bisschen Eindrücke vom Sound des coolen Motors.
All the little stones you hear on the carbon tub.
So, I think the first thing I'm pretty sure guys would like to know is tell us about your car collection. Okay. You can say it's a collection now.
It is becoming a collection now. This is the highlight at the moment.
Okay.
This is, I guess, my favorite car in the collection. At the moment I have the Ferrari FF. That's kind of my everyday car. The Cayman GT4, that's my fun car. The Ford Focus RS, the new one, Mark III. I keep that up in Scotland where the weather's bad.
Nice.
Four-wheel drive, good car for the purpose.
Yeah.
And then just for fun, for driving around the city of London, I have an old Mini as well. So that's the current cars.
So why is it the Mini? Because you're British and you think
Come on.
Hold the flag.
This is an iconic British car.
Right.
The Mini is an iconic British car, and they're really cool together in the garage.
You're right.
And it's in British Racing Green as well.
Yeah. Oh bloody hell! This sounds.
Oh, we're just taking it easy.
I know.
Now we're at a roundabout. Which way should we go? Let's go this way.
Let's go this way.
I like the way
Let's
this
see what
way.
happens. Where we go?
It's okay, right?
Well, okay. Not as good as the Mini, maybe.
I have some sort of aftermarket exhaust on the Mini. It sounds pretty good. Don't knock it.
I believe.
But I
Really
think
nice.
the more cars on order that are really, really cool as well. The Aston Martin GT8 is coming very soon. Then next year will be the Mercedes AMG GTR and the Ford GT.
Really
Ford GT.
nice. Really nice. How did you get involved with cars?
Oh goodness. Just as a hobby when I was younger, when I was learning to drive, I was just talking online to everyone I could on forums about cars.
Okay.
Just being a teenager, being excited. And then going to events, and that became doing all this YouTube stuff.
So did your parents have a special car and an interesting car, or?
My dad was always into cars, but he had cars like M3s or Mercedes, nice cars, but not supercars. And then one time, my granddad, when he was about 80, bought a Noble. So my 80-year-old granddad was driving around in a Noble, and that was the coolest thing ever. And I remember when we borrowed it, my dad came to pick me up from school in the Noble. It was just amazing.
I believe. Was it a yellow one or something?
It was
like
blue. It was blue. Maybe
okay.
that's where I got the blue thing from that I'm now obsessed with.
What was the very first video you uploaded on YouTube?
First ever video was in London. It was a sort of car spotting video with a 458 Italia and a Murcielago SV.
Okay.
Back when they were both brand new, and it was a Top Gear event going on.
So about 8 years ago. So
Nearly, yeah,
6 to 8
January
years,
2010. So it seems like a long time ago now. Crazy.
Yeah. What was your very first home car?
My first car was a 1.2 litre Renault Clio, and it was amazing. And to this date, it's still the car I did the most miles on. I did 35,000 miles, so it's that 55,000 kilometres in it. I've never done more in a car since.
I wanted to ask you, did you ever have an accident? But
I had a thing recently.
I know.
You've asked me that question before and I didn't have an answer, and now I do have an answer.
That's
How
right.
unfortunate. I can blame you. You've cursed me there. I had a very little thing with this car, but it's already been fixed. They went back to the factory, and I think it's probably better than new.
Yeah.
Just tapped a little car, tapped a car in front of me that had to brake really hard because there was a car overtaking towards us on
Yeah.
a blind corner.
Yeah.
So completely unpredictable. But the crazy thing I think for me is I drive in kilometers, probably 100,000 kilometers a year, every year in supercars on interesting roads.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I think, amazing I don't have more incidents
Right.
to tell you about. Just have to always try and be careful, and if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, you're totally right. And I think it shows that you're a good person that you put a video about it online, because there might be 8 out of 10 people that would be quiet about the accident they had, although it was
Yeah, I
minor
mean,
stuff.
the thing was that with that is, I knew at the time I could easily be hush and nobody would ever know. Just don't talk about it, don't show it, and it will never get seen. But the reality is, it is a thing that happens driving these cars. You know, there are. People think it's all glamour, but I'm sure if they had to pay the bill to repair it, they wouldn't have thought it was glamorous.
You're right.
Because the carbon fibre front pieces for this car are not cheap, we shall say.
A bit more than you paid for the
Enough
Mini.
yeah, more than the Mini. The repair to this car was more than the Mini cost, but it's a side effect of, you know, owning and using them. And at the end of the day, I don't want garage queens. You've seen how dirty this car is.
You're
I'm
right.
sorry about that.
Oh ja, das muss ich übrigens sagen. Der Wagen ist komplett eingesaugt, von vorne bis hinten. Tim hat hier gedreht in der Gegend und also man sieht, er nutzt seine Autos, was ich sehr, sehr bemerkenswert finde. Also nichts mit Trailer Queen, Garage Queen, Dirt und Dust dürfen da sein. Also das finde ich sehr, sehr cool. Das macht ihn natürlich noch sympathischer, als er ohnehin ist. What was the best experience you had as a car spotter, and also what was the worst one?
I think one of my, Specifically car spotting or doing YouTube videos?
Doing YouTube videos.
Because one of my best experiences was just a couple of weeks ago actually, where a very kind guy invited me to come along and drive some of his cars back to back. And I drove his Ferrari 288 GTO,
Wow.
his Ferrari F40,
Wow.
his Ferrari F50 and his Ferrari Enzo.
Oh, I hate you
And
now.
I've driven the LaFerrari before, so I didn't need to drive the LaFerrari again.
So the whole
Literally just driving the whole set of the legendary Ferrari hypercars, and
Wow.
that kind of experience is a pinch moment. It's like, is this really happening?
I believe.
And trying to make a reasonable, decent video about it, talking about it, is really hard because you're so lost in the the environment of what's happening.
Yeah, you're driving cars that you have posters on your wall than when you were a child.
And you're thinking about the price tags. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's right.
Even driving this, those are a different league. But
That's
that was a really, really, really special moment. But I mean, at the end of the day, even being able to do this right now, driving in this car here, it's still a dream, complete dream.
Absolutely. That's right. I totally believe. Do you have any recommendations for guys that want to start their own YouTube channel?
You know, some people, well, quite a few people ask that. And I think the biggest thing with starting a YouTube channel is to go out and do it. I don't think you should sit back and wait for somebody to say this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because every YouTube channel is different. You know, the style you'll make your videos is different to the style I'll make
That's
videos.
right.
It's different to the style somebody watching this will. Because everybody has their own niche, their own style, their own sort of thing that works. I think that's the cool thing. You know, you never know what the next big channel will be, what the next trend, what the next style of content is going to be that works.
So, thanks for taking the time and talk to me
pleasure.
and my audience. It was really, really nice, and of course, it was not only nice to talk to you, but also wonderful to drive the car, be passenger in such a wonderful car. You said 500 cars were built worldwide, so it's not every day that you get the chance to be a passenger in such a really, really cool car.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's still special for me too every time.
I totally believe. So, thank you very much.
No problem, anytime. Thank you.
Thank you. Also in diesem Sinne, ich hoffe, euch hat es gefallen, das Video soweit. Es war, glaube ich, ganz informativ. Für mich natürlich auch was Besonderes, Tim kennenzulernen, mit Tim zu reden und natürlich dann auch gleichzeitig hier im 675LT mitfahren zu können. Wahnsinnsding. Ich finde es eindrucksvoll. In diesem Sinne, vielen lieben Dank und bis zum nächsten Video. Macht's gut. Ciao, ciao.